willing to go in this whole exam. Okay? All the best, and I hope to see you all in the future. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would thank both the Punit sirs for giving a good introduction. It makes my talk here very easy. So before starting this, you could see what just happened now. One camera, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people around with 5 different wires, 6, 7 light, pressing some 8 to 10 buttons. What was the end product? It didn't work, right? It didn't work. So finally, one mic and wireless connection, and it started working. So let's pick up something from this. What do you pick up? Too many cooks spoil the broth. Okay. Now, UPSC, it exactly is like how you're going to cook. On the kitchen only, there should be only your mother. If you're called, go chop, that's all. More than that, what happens if your aunt joins in, if your dad joins in, what if your uncle joins in, okay? So this is exactly what is happening with civil service examination. This is exactly what happened with me when I started my preparations. I was a medical doctor, and still I am. So I started my preparation when I was in the 4th year of medicine. The question started with there will be sometimes which happens that what is life? What am I? Where am I going? And all those revolutions starts happening when you're in the 4th year, because 1st year of medicine because after entrance test you directly jump into medicine, and after that 1st year nothing, 2nd year just relaxing, 3rd year is when you come to know what is life, 4th year is when you're supposed to decide what you're supposed to do. Started thinking about this, and my basic conclusion was in a per day I could see 100 patients per day. Okay, maximum. That is the maximum what I can see. That too not giving complete justice. Okay, in a month that would be 3,000. Okay, and in a year maximum is 3 lakh, and that too again patients will be repeating. So basically, what is my outcome? How much am I putting my effort, and what is the total outcome of a service what I'm doing? Come on, everybody is doing a service. So even a chaiwala is doing a service. Even an engineer is also doing a service. Everybody is into service, serving an other human being. Now the question comes is, what is your maximum extent? How much do you serve? Okay. So it was very interesting the other day, Keshav sir was doing a graph. Prime Minister, how many people he serves? Is he is he a constitutional authority? Okay, so comparing that, same analysis what happened with me during my medical preparation. How many people am I going to serve? And started thinking about that, and obviously civil service was definitely there in my mind whether to go for that or not. And that's when the question struck. 3 lakh in in one entire year. That too if I work 24/7, and that too if I work every day without taking off, I'll be touching 3 lakhs people. 3 lakh people's lives I'll be trying to change. Average population of a district is around 10 lakhs, if I'm not wrong, sir. 10 lakhs or sir? Around 10 lakhs district. Okay. So 10 lakhs, and in that every day the district commissioner is going to sign a document, and each sign is going to change the lives of 10 lakh people in a district every day. In every moment he signs. Okay. So there was no comparison between medicine and civil service. Okay, civil service is the extent of service is completely higher up. Okay. Now the question next starts coming, Mother Teresa was not a civil servant. Okay, and she touched more lives than any civil servant would do. Okay, so question comes can I become Mother Teresa? Okay, so next is, can I join an NGO to do that service? First of all, NGO, the problem is the funding. Okay, plus your words won't be taken, and you'll be working with some other attitude, or now if you see Mother Teresa, maybe she has touched many lives, and it was only dedicated to leprosy patients. Okay, she did not bother about other types of poverty. She doesn't think about other aspects of health itself, only leprosy patients. So any NGO if you take, it is always dedicated to a particular cause or a particular thing, and it is again again my scope in NGO will be very less. It doesn't seem to be great. That's when I decided civil service. Okay. So that was a simple decision. Each person will have their own reasons to take up civil service. Some people might be my uncle was a civil servant, I've seen him work, and then that's the reason I want to take up, or otherwise I've seen in movies, I've heard about it. There are a lot of reasons. So my reason was my scope of service will be better and wider in this particular area. So okay, now where to start, how to start, and where to go, and all those things. Okay. And as usual, who is our, for anything happens, be it want to order food, or have to, purchase clothes, or, want to know anything, even to check your spellings also, you use Google, right? That's where I started, preparing for civil service, okay? And the 1,54,000, results found, okay? Then you start with each one of them. And exactly what happened to that camera is what happened to me. One person said NCERT se shuru karo, one person said buy previous year material, some people said question paper, some people said that institution, this institution, everything is bombarding that, this, and it happens. So finally what happened was no, you're not going to get a good idea with anything. That's where again, then I started, okay, I started picking up okay, somebody said, okay, NCERT, okay, let me start with NCERT. Somebody said previous paper, somebody said Hindu newspaper, okay, fine. Hindu newspaper, one word or big words they have put, big sentences, sound analysis, it's and paper is itself is taking 3 hours, 4 hours per day, okay, and then it's all becoming very weird, and I start it didn't happen, okay. So that's when I thought, okay, no, I need a coaching center who will tell me what to do, what not to do, okay. Then again, Google, search coaching centers nearby. I was studying in MS Ramaya Medical College. So for me, Malleeshwaram branch, of Himalaya was the closest one. That's where I first came and I approached and did not know much, exactly like you. Started my classes, enrolled, started going to the classes, and again started taking but what problem started happening was I was not regular to class. One reason is see, now if I can cook up reason that I was busy in my medical things, no. What happened was I was lazy. To be honest with you, I was lazy. So I there was very infrequent to class, used to attend once in a while, or if it is a week, 3-4 days, and then not attend. So and then at that time Keshav sir was taking the classes, so he has to tell us these are the topics to read in the newspaper, this is what you're supposed to read, and all those things. But what happened was I started continuing my search in the internet. That did not happen. Every day how to become an officer, keep checking which book to read. Okay, each fellow said one fellow said Lakshmikant, the other said D.D. Basu, then Kashyap. Okay, alla book aithe NCERT aithu, yes, these 4 books also there. History ke another 4 books, 5 books Finally what I realized is there's a proper library which I'm setting up. Okay, all I have to do is munde chair adkondu, silence please, and sit. So what I was my preparation, if I think back now, my room was a library, and what I was preparing is to become a librarian. My dream was to become a civil servant, but what I'm becoming is a librarian, okay. And what about newspaper? That is about my book collection, my newspaper collection, okay. First is Hindu newspaper, Indian Express newspaper, okay. So then one day I'll skip it, not read, then the tension, adರಲ್ಲಿ important question topic iddu, adರಲ್ಲಿ if I didn't miss it up, let me collect, okay. So then it becomes one pile. Then you think, okay, every day I'll read this day's newspaper, next day's newspaper, the previous month's newspaper, like that I'll finish. Idu agala, adu agala. So finally I what has happened is my collection of the newspapers. Then again in the internet I heard no, there are many magazines which are coming up, every weekly magazine, monthly magazine dedicated for civil service. Bought that also. Okay, started collecting it, another bundle of 3 magazines, and that too now you are started you'll start doing that, no? Arranged it in month wise, okay, arrange the newspaper in day wise,
So all those the arrangements are getting done. Okay. Again, then previous year question papers, collected that. Okay. So what now I'm like, after this, I've graduated from librarian to a kawadiwala. To say like person who collects like newspaper and person who is collecting like all waste papers and all like So it's exactly what do you call that, like kawadi. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm becoming one of them. My dream was like my mother's dream was to make me a doctor. I wanted to be a civil servant. I became a librarian. Now I'm becoming a kawadiwala, collecting all sorts of question papers, all sorts of paper, and everything is just, and weekly once cleaning everything to make it like look good. Okay. So this started happening, and I started continuing. The worst part about me was I did not realize this for a very long time. Did not realize what is happening to me. And newspaper, once I subscribe, it's coming. Okay. And magazine subscribe coming, and like 1 month before only they will say to subscribe once again for another year, write a letter, and did all those things, collecting again, going on and on and on. My stupidity was like what I was supposed to do was attend classes and like follow the instructions. What I'm doing is no, I wasted money there. I'm not attending my classes well. What I started doing is like go back to my old like person who was advising me, Google, and taking everybody's advice except like Keshav's advice. Okay, this was what was happening. Gave my like after that finished my medicine, like gave my like civil service exam, like it was a surprise for me that I did not clear back then. Now if I think back, obviously whatever I was doing was like was totally stupid, and there is no chance I was clearing. I'm going to clear it. So again, like then like went back and like picked up a like job in Coog. I started like working as a like medical officer there. That's when I realized, like, see, my dream, like my other like fellow colleagues, like medicine, what did they do? They decided in 4th year they will be preparing for entrance exam, they will become MD, DMs, done. Everybody is clearing. So that is the period of life when you see all your friends are getting congratulations on Facebook. Okay, for different reasons. Somebody is getting married, somebody is opening a new hospital, somebody is becoming an MD, DM, and all those things. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And like, thank you, Macha, thank you bro, thank you, Macha. And I'm like, what am I doing? Where am I? I'm like, what is going wrong? Okay. One good thing happened is when I left my hostel, went back home, I did not take all those kavadi which I had collected. I gave it to the person who it belongs to. I gave it to the like that garbage guy. Okay. So went back home, but all my books are there. That's when I like started thinking like what was like taught to me in class. They said these books. They said only Lakshmikant. They did not say Kashyap. They did not say Bakshi and other like thing. That is my own buying, and that's where I got like stuck. Okay. Kept everything aside. Back to basics. Okay, go back to the basics, and like I'm supposed to learn Lakshmikant, I'm supposed to do only these books. Started doing that. Now in medical college, when you're there, like you have to attend the classes. After that you're free. But when I was working as a medical doctor, I'm like not free in the evening. So mean to say, now I'm really scared that in medical college last time though I couldn't clear. Can I clear like while being in like as a doctor? Like working in a community health center, which is a 24/7, it's a first referral unit for obstetrics, so like huge patients load, and I don't have time. So question is, should I like continue there? Okay, or like should I quit my job and then like start preparing like full time on this, because 4 ವರ್ಷ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. Now in 1 year I'm going to quit and do that. So question came, so should I quit that? Should I like do that? Completely go for this? The reason why I did not quit my job at that point of time was like didn't feel like that. The reason is I was comfortable there, and my question is to read these basic books which Keshav sir had just like prescribed very long back during when I was getting in Malleshwaram classes. So to read that book I don't need 4 to 5 hours per day. All I need is 2 to 3 hours, and that evening I can squeeze in. I did not quit my job. So continued with that, and regular there like and this was in my back in my hometown. It is in Coog. So allige like all these magazines subscription iralla. Okay, so got rid of that. Okay, and there like I used to get only Hindu newspaper, done, and these basic books, only that kept on reading, went with that. and applied for my prelims exam. And this time, like first time, very confident to clear and all, no? Because I've collected so many papers, so many books and all, so I thought I will clear, but when I did not clear, I was shocked. Now this time, with a free, relaxed mind, only basic books, like started studying that, went and gave my exams, results out, and I've cleared my prelims. I was like, oh my God, this is surprising. I was really like happily surprised that I cleared my exam with just basic book and doing the basic things. Okay, and now mains have like only another 3 months left, and like mains are not done any preparation. Okay, then like went back to Google and started searching Himalaya classes, like what is the number, where is Keshav sir and all. Okay, so that's where like I think like so picked up the call. I think Nagratna picked up the call. Yeah, Nagratna picked up the call, and I said like clear my prelims. I don't know what to do after this. And like and then they said like don't worry, and they gave the mobile to like Keshav sir. I spoke to Keshav sir. I told like Keshav sir, also your old student, like long time back attend your classes and all, like please help me out. Like I'm clear my prelims, but mains I'm not prepared anything. This is my like situation. He's like don't worry sir, we will like prepare and like cut the call. Like somebody just saying like don't worry, cut the call. I was like I'm worrying. Tell me what is your solution. Like you just don't tell me don't worry. I know I shall not supposed to worry, but I'm worrying. Like say something. Then what happened was, so then okay, obviously you will start your own preparation, and again back to Google. Then I'm again scared. Should I search in Google what to study for mains, how to study for mains, or like should I wait for Keshav sir? I'm like and back in like in my hometown, no other option but to like depend on Keshav sir. That is only like contact I have. Otherwise like coming back to Bangalore and all. And I told Keshav sir that I cannot quit my job and come to Bangalore. It's like don't worry. Okay. So 2-3 days pass again, like I'm not like not getting any reply. Then that's when like Keshav sir start like calls me. I think Nagratna calls me that you'll be getting like question papers. Okay, you're supposed to answer it, like scan it and send it to us. Okay. Now so in my mind is like bro, give me some more materials, or give me some like something else, not just question paper, that I can get it. So then I like anyway, no other like way. All I have was question papers there. Keshav sir started sending me question papers, started writing it. What happened was like again the basic that being lazy about this thing, because I did not respect that question paper much. It's basically a question paper, what much. So that's when first day I wrote them, and I'm like there's 25 questions to write in base exam, and I'm completing only 16-17 questions. Okay, so that is 2-3 papers I wrote religiously, scanned and sent. After that I'm becoming lazy, and Keshav sir had like by this time what the routine was, the question paper is to come. Like Keshav sir used to call, sir, in question paper kalsidini bariri. Okay, and he doesn't listen to you, he cuts the call. After that, you cannot say anything to him back. And like if you have finished that, you have to write the question paper and scan and send him. Because you are 100% after like 5-6 hours, you will get a like call, sir, bardidira. Okay, there are only 2 answers you can give, yes or no. Okay, if I say no, the next question is obviously yak bardilla. If I say yes, scan madnan kalsi. So you are like trapped here, right? So this is how it started happening, and Keshav sir like, sir, bardidira sir, scan madi kalsi. So I am writing only 13 questions, 14 questions, because one point is I am not able to complete the paper in 3 hours. Okay, so one day it happened, it was Saturday. So that day it was my night duty. So like Keshav sir called and says, sir, question paper kalsidini bariri. Before he cut the call, sir, wait, today I cannot write, I am on night duty. Like Sunday after evening I'll write, Monday I will send. Illa sir, ivatte kalsi, cut. I was like, no, like this fellow maybe he did not understand my situation. So I called him back and told him, no sir, I'm in night duty now. I cannot like write the paper. I'll write tomorrow. Illa sir, naale bere paper barutte, cut. I'm like, no. Call back him again and try to tell him that illa sir. Yeah, then he first suggestion he gave me was, that was the first suggestion he gave me, sir, yaar heliddu 3 hour continuous kutkondu bariri. See a patient, it's not that throughout the night duty, yargu night duty throughout iralla. Whenever you have break, write one question, then do your work, write another question. You have 25 questions, and like according to you have 24 hours now. Night duty is 24 hours, right? So 24 hours, 25 questions, madhyadalli like 5 minutes take bariyake nimge. It's not that you're completely working. I was like now he has given me a solution also. He has told me that he has to no other way. And I realized that throughout that night I finished it. Before before 2 o'clock only, it was not a heavy duty that day. I could finish it. So next paper I sent the scan and next question paper started coming. So that became a routine for me now. Okay. So the topics will be said that history is tomorrow. Tomorrow's test will be history. So today will be next day the question paper on history will become. So that's how I started preparing my one by one the routine started happening. Okay. After that, another problem which I was facing was 25 questions I'm supposed to write. I'm writing only 16 questions, 15 questions. I'm not able to complete. So I called him up and said, this is not happening. Sir, and his point was, sir, nimna yaar heliddu full answers bariri, correct answers bariri, write everything what you know in one answer. From now onwards, do not concentrate on writing everything you know. Your duty is to complete 25 questions in 3 hours, meaning to say 12 and a half questions in 1.5 hours. So ee tara madbidu write it. Okay, forget about what you are writing. Answer complete agidyo, complete agilvo, just write 25 questions and send. So after that my routine started I'm just writing 25 questions. 3 hours I have to sit 1.5. So this is how I started my preparation is now I was very comfortable with this. Started writing this. But still somewhere back in my mind there is this doubt that is my preparation okay? All I'm doing is writing answers. Okay, per day 3 hours, and to revise that another 2 hours I'm spending. Is this enough? Is this enough? And in my back in my mind, maybe others are doing much. Others are doing much. Okay, but now here, being in my district there, I have no other option. Doing this is no other option. Later I started realizing, idu Australian I am finishing my time. I have no time to do anything else. So because of this, my preparation started becoming very intensive, extremely directed and extremely specific. I'm not studying anything else. I'm not studying anything extra. What exactly was asked questions. Now I'm not even asking Keshav sir, you question yav tara ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ questions ತರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. He is doing that research. He is doing that research to find out which topic is important, what is important, making me the questions and sending me. So all those problems are solved. All I have to do is study those topics, study those questions and come up. Okay, so this is how I started writing my papers and gave my exams also. For me writing my mains exam was extremely easy. Reason because I've already done every day 3 hours I've done. Okay, and this particular mains exam of UPSC I feel not the toughest, but it's tasking. I mean to say, morning you're writing 3 hours, afternoon 3 hours. Like this you're doing almost for 1 week. Except for essay paper, it is 1 in the morning. Every day morning 3, afternoon 3, morning 3, afternoon 3. So mean to say, on the last day of your paper, the person who wins the race is the person who completes the last question on the last day. So in between only I could see in my classroom that half of the people are not coming for the next day of the exam. On the third day of the exam, it's only half of the class. So here only I'm very much confident half of the race is gone. I did not know that. Before this I had a doubt that maybe others are preparing more than me. They have referred more books. But no. They would have referred more books. They would have done more hard work. But they did not do what was supposed to be done. That is answering question papers, exactly studying what you're supposed to be studying. You understood? So for me 25 questions, it is routine. For by 1.5 hours, I am already in the 12th question. And I know what I'm doing. And by now I'm so I know it is for each question, for that time, for that number of words, I have to complete only 1.5 page. I've seen every time I wrote 2 pages, that paper I couldn't complete. So I know that I have to complete my answer, each answer in 1.5 page. Our 200 words kelidaro, 150 words kelidaro, doesn't matter. I have to complete in 1.5 page. 1.5 page in the 1 line extra burden, last question, I'll not be writing 1 line. It's equivalent so there. So question 1.5, question 1.5, question 1.5, 25 finished, I'm finishing. So in the last page also I add that pace. This is exactly what Pune sir was telling. 100-meter race versus that 21-kilometer race, that marathon when we run. This is not a sprint. Sprintally you will be very fast. You will do that your university exam was a typical sprint. Door vargade you steady, run inside and write it off. Okay, after coming out you don't know anything. This is not like that. You have studied somewhere and the questions questions will be so vague. Now you might like think, did those questions which you practice come in the exam? Not even one. But similar questions were there. You understood? But I had practiced already for 25 questions. I know how questions are coming. I know which topics questions will come. So it was very easy for me. And the last day, all I had to do is go write to 25 questions and come. Forget about what I'm writing because half of the race is already gone. They're not you will come to know in your mains exam. Half of the classroom will be vacant on the third day. Yaru barala, it's like agala. It's like in the marathon when you run, if you're a marathon runner, you come to know your race is decided in the 15 kilometers only. Half marathon is 21. By 15 kilometers only, you know you're going to win. Because people are not there, they're fallen, they're quit the race. They're only from now onwards, all you're supposed to do is just finish the race. You can just walk and go and win the race. That is how your mains preparation was. Okay. Now I wrote that exam, came back again, continued working. Now still I have a doubt I have no chance clearing. Reason is because, what did I do? Question paper mark hogittane. I did not study anything or did not refer any materials or anything. All I did was question paper chance clear agodu. I see I'm selected for the interview. I was like, oh my god, this time I'm trusting this guy. Okay, call Keshav sir, and more than that, they had found out that I have passed the exam before me. And they had called sir, nimdu clear agide. I thought the results is in the in the evening, is clear agide. Okay, then sir, now what to do? Nothing. We will conduct mock interviews. I was like, okay, we cut the call. Now this was a period of time I totally trusted this person. Okay, till then in my main first prelims did not trust. I did not pass. Mains exam I did not have any option but to trust him. I passed. Now I have option, but I know that this guy is going to give me rank. I was like, okay, fine. Whatever you say, I'll listen to you. No more Googling, no more trying to find out anything. I'll trust you. Okay. It took me almost 2 years to trust this person. Then again, mock interview. And now I'm very happy. That's I'm very sure I'm going to clear. Because this guy, he's saying that he's going to make me clear. And all I have to do is follow him. Okay. Now mock interviews, he's here. And I'm in Cook, plus I'm working. So what he started doing is over the mobile phone. I started my mock interview practice over mobile phone. And it doesn't matter the time. And and at that point of time, he has to take mock interviews for many people. So you don't know when your slot will come. At that point of time, Monica was the person who's handling the the other person who will be handling this. And she used to tell me half an hour early, sir will call you, you'll have your mock interview. You to say sir is conducting mock interview from somebody else. Okay. Now by that time if I'm night duty, I'll take a break, stand in one corner, start giving mock interviews. Now by this what happened is I did not leave my job and come here every day half an hour 45 minutes mock interview. Okay, then went on like that and then 1 week before the interview, Keshav sir has said see, this is the principle what he follows, that he takes everybody interviews in Delhi, so he goes along with them. We all stay in one place. There is a Sindhi Samaj, which is kind of a what do you call some religious place kind of thing, where they have lodges for people to stay. It's not a lodge per se, but a place to stay. So we stay there, and morning till evening it's only mock interviews. You have nothing else to do there. Morning I get up Keshav sir will be there, and we he stays with us. He completely stays with us for how many days. And here what happens is everybody's interview is not on the same day. So almost for 2.5 months he is in Delhi only. People will go stay with him, he will take them to interview. So similarly I went to the interview, that's 1 week left. 1 week left for the exam. Now this is the first time I'm giving face to face. Till then all the mock interviews were in my through the mobile phone and speaking through that. Now here in this 1 week was the greatest period of my time. If I say that my life changed because of that 1 week in that Sindhi Samaj. I'm giving my mock interview. Okay, something is telling me that my answer is very wrong. I'm telling something, I'm not satisfied with what answers I'm giving. Okay, and I'm asking Keshav sir, give suggestions what I'm supposed to do. Enilla sir, correct agide bidi. Enilla sir, correct agide bidi. Now I'm losing hopes. Trust this person is not giving any advice. He's there's nothing to give advice. like again 30 minutes like a mock interview per day, 3 times, morning, afternoon, evening, like a tablet it was. So and rest of the time what you do, you're just with him. We eat together, like we are in the same room, we share the same room, doing that. Something is coming and I'm not satisfied with the the answers what I'm giving. Again that doubt whether I'm going to clear, what else can I do? And by now I'm very much sure that if somebody is going to help me clear this exam, it is Keshav sir and nobody else. So no point of thinking anything else. But here nothing is happening. Completely doubt. 3 days before the exam, evening, it was around 5:30, we finished a coffee and come, and I started telling sir, my answer correct barta illa. Like something is wrong. I'm saying some answers which doesn't make any sense. Okay. See, he started asking me a question. Why do you want to be a civil servant? Okay. I told some answer. He's like, no, you're lying. And he does not even just says that, and he tells another sentence, "New clear agala." Okay. Then he has after that he is giving a pause of 10 seconds, and he's telling, okay, iವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿ sir, ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ IAS? I tell some other answer, some other thing. ಇಲ್ಲ sir, ನೀವು clear ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ. And he's reading newspaper, and I'm standing, he's sitting there, and next question again he's like, sir, tell me again, why do you want to be a civil servant? Told some answer. First answer was sir, in civil service I will get to learn, study lot of subjects, so I'm interested. He's like, hangidre university serಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, I'm telling, then I whatever answers I'm saying is clear ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಆಯ್ತು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ ಇದು. You're and this is around to be truthful, around 12 to 13 times he has asked me this, and by now proper, this is I'm losing up. So it's what the, I'm having tears in my eyes, almost that. Then he I started asking me again the same question. Why do you want to be a civil servant? Okay. The answer which I told you in the beginning, why I wanted to be a civil servant, that service and how many people I see per day, what is my influence and all, that was not what I thought in 4th year. That was the answer what I gave to Keshav sir on the 14th or the 15th question when he asked. It's if I'm a doctor, I get service only. So much now this one, whatever I told you in the beginning, that answer I did not have on the first day. It was 3 days before the interview where I realized that civil service is for that. It's I sir, I'm clear agutte bidi. I was oh my god, that's all. Hey, first only you could have given me this answer, no. You could have told, sir, that is the wrong answer, this should be the answer. He did not say that. What he made, now if I think back, he just made me realize why you are there. You understand what I'm trying to say? So the whole point was asking me so many questions and telling me that you clear agala is to tell that you find out what is the reason why you are coming for civil service. And that was when I clear agata bidi. And after that, when I started giving my mock interviews, Keshav said, I am satisfied with my answer, because everywhere any answer I give, be it if the question is on economics or on geography, my basic principle of my answer is why I am becoming a civil servant. You understood what I'm trying to say? In each answer what I gave, add that basic principle that I am becoming a civil servant because if I'm a doctor, it is only 3 lakh people per year. This is my influence and efficiency of service is better. There is nothing else which will give me more satisfaction than being civil servant. That was there in all my answers. Be it a question asked on women problems, or asked on poverty, or it might be any economics or even geography or history question. My basic principle is that one, and all my answers started becoming very much improved. Okay, and then now my point is, okay, now let me study more books so that my answers will be more perfect. His only point is, sir, books mutbedi, don't touch the books. Okay, and in fact books tarake hogbedi. I stopped reading also. Then I realized that yes, questions only questions are very basic. Textbook in the end kelala. And moreover it is only to see what you are actually, what is your personality. Okay, so that's how and by then I'm confident, the huge confident boost, because my answers are becoming good, and my ideas are becoming good. And now if I think back, that 13th question was nothing but the 13 times where he asked, why do you want to be civil servant? That day is when I realized what I want to be in life. It's what is my life? What is the purpose of my life in in here, like what is my purpose, like today and forever, what is the reason why am I here? And that is exactly, then after that everything started making sense. Why am I studying? Why am I like, giving mock interviews? Why am I trying to get into civil service? Why am I speaking to my mom? Why am I, everything at the reason, and I could identify, oh, this is the reason I am like, doing this. So my question of life of why and like what it is and why am I here was like, I came to know during my like, stay with Keshav sir for those like, 7 days. Went to the interview, like, and the personality test. Before that, like, again, some points, like all my other like, people are discussing about in the Google, like, oh, that panel is like this panel is like that panel will not give you marks, like, they will ask you this question, and so you have to study economic survey, and some people have made like, notes on like, all GDP percentages, everything they are doing, and like, and they're studying Lakshmikant, all the textbooks and all. Keshav sir, I see them telling, Keshav sir is telling them like, sir, don't study, Baralaidu, this is not important and all those things. You're just wasting time. Ulta udite nodi. Ulta udite means that I did not understand them. It's like Ulta udite is if you study this, it will be negative for your like an interview. Odbedi and all those things he was trying to do. So my point is like, by now I've realized that, see, it is a personality test. I know my personality is good. I know the reason why I want to get into civil service. There is no reason for me, for them not to select me. Just because I don't know some percentage which is mentioned of about GDP or some percentage of poverty in India, they are not going to like, remove me. Why? Because mains exam the theory part is done in mains. Here is my personality, and I am very confident of personality 3 days before the exam because Keshav sir has done that. So I need not go through any newspapers or anything to study. All I have to do is like go stand and see, this is my personality, and I know that my personality is the right personality for civil service. There is no reason for you not to take me for my like, into the civil service. I'm just going to stand there. So it doesn't matter which panel it is. Doesn't matter whether the panel is angry or not, or whether the panel is happy that day or not. No. So when they're like, and people sitting there in the interview, everybody is discussing about economics, power, this. I came to know my interviews at 5:30 in the evening. I removed my shoes, kept it there, started sleeping because it is 1:30. My interview was in 5:30. Just slept because I know my personality is right. There is nothing. My mind is the only thing. I know why I am going to civil service. I know that reason is correct. My attitude is correct. There is no reason for them to reject me. Okay, this is the attitude. They are asking me questions, my friends. I don't know. I'm telling my people who are sitting in batches. You'll be sitting in interview this thing. Then and my interview was at 5:30. Okay, that's almost closing time of the UPSC one. I'm relaxed, calm, and when I entered there, in the board they will be written in the panel's name. I did not see the panel's name because it doesn't matter to me. And I sat there, went in, and there I realized it is not it's not an interview. There is no question and answer. It is a discussion they start. And they start the discussion, and everything is going on well. I'm answering. So at one point of time, they they do that. There's one person who became angry as in he's not satisfied with my answer, and I was like okay, fine. And I'm always keeping a pleasant smile. I'm happy sitting there. My only point is, ನಾನು ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ 5 senior civil servant of this level ಒಂದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು 5 people. I've never got this in my life. And I'm the luckiest person to in fact be inside this building and sitting and speaking to you guys. And those guys are extremely calm. And whatever you say, they're listening to you and all. I'm oh, this is the best opportunity. And 45 minutes was the best. And went on like that. And finally I said okay, they said your test is done. Thank you. I'm thank you, sir. I'm happy. I'm coming out. And in my life, the happiest moment of my life was when I came out of that room, and when I walked out of that building, not when I got my rank. My happiest moment of my life is finishing the interview and coming out. I am that. I cannot express you. Even the second is my getting my rank. First happiness only the happiest moment is me coming out of my interview. I'm very confident. There cannot be anything wrong. Yes, I made mistakes. Yes, 2 questions I said I don't know. And there's you don't know this also, and then okay, I don't know. But see, my only point is none the knowledge you are checked in mains. You are called here for my personality. My personality is good. I realized why am I going to be in civil servant. There's no doubt you cannot reject me. Now Keshav sir asks this, like, you know, whenever you takes you to your interview, he stands outside. He, like, you know, this is in the month of April, May in Delhi. The temperature is 45 to 46, 47. And I am inside with AC. Keshav sir is outside the gate, standing near the, like, you know, there's nothing, not even a place to sit. He's just standing there 4:30 for like 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. I'm like 5:30, right? My interview went on for like 30, 35 minutes. So I was out by 6:15. Keshav sir thought, like, you know, ulta ordide interview li, he has escaped somewhere. He is not coming. He's like, you know, and he's like, you know, constantly asking the security guard there, like, go, dekho, kya hua. They are like, don't worry, he'll come out. Okay, I'm coming out, and like, you know, sir, I'm very confident. Sir, super bag. So I'm like laughing. I cannot keep my smile down. I'm so happy. I was like, you know, by that time I was very pakka that my interview went on well. Okay. Then, like, you know, then as usual went back home. Results came and I've cleared. So if I can, like, you know, think back why I cleared, and that an interview I've got 206 marks. That's one of those top 5 or the 6th highest in India. So only because, and if you ask me in the interview, there are many questions which I said I don't know. And like, you know, 3 days back before, like, you know, in the first question, Keshav sir is telling me that, hey, you'll not become IAS. You'll not become. After 4, so 3 days that state was that after 3 days I'm happy, and like, and after 1 month my results are out and I've cleared the exams. Okay. So then my rank was 247, and for that, like, you know, Keshav sir, I called Keshav sir, and before that again, Keshav sir, I thought the results will be in the evening. Keshav sir had called me in the afternoon, and like, results bandide, you have got like 247, nimge IPS sigutte, because 247 is the IPS, like, you know, for my category I would get IPS then. Very happy with that, very happy. So, like, you know, everything went on well, like, you know, then, but did I quit my job? No. I'm still continuing. So let me continue in my hospital, working there, because they will call for the, like, you know, the academy training after 2-3 months. So still working there, and then, like, you know, see, the UPSC is cruel. It's a very cruel exam. My report comes, and I mean the medical test report, and I'm 163 centimeter. IPS requires 165 centimeters. You will not get IPS. I will be getting IRS. Okay, so that was, like, you know, devastating. That was a very devastating moment. Then, like, you know, but I told, like, you know, Keshav sir came to know, but now Keshav sir is still with me. It's like, no sir, let's go. We reapplied for the, like, you know, what to say, the medical test. We, like, you know, and now, like, there was no necessary for Keshav sir to come. So still he again came with me when we went to that, like, you know, that re-medical test. We were there for 2 days. Again we were doing all those things. Came back, and, like, you know, that, like, you know, they were very specific about the height thing. So I had to go back to IRS-IT, that is a income tax thing. So then again my journey still did not, like, you know, stop there. We are still, like, you know, in the process. By the time, like, you know, next, now I'm, like, you know, I've lost my, like, the next exam also, because all of these what to say, running around to Delhi trying to get my medical check done, trying to, like, you know, reform it, did not work. Okay, by the time the next year's prelims also is done, and I'm not done well in that exam. Okay, so then the results came. I've not, like, cleared the prelims. I've not got IPS. I've got only IRS-IT. So sir gave me 2 options. Sir, you can, like, you know, go back home, relax, and directly go to IRS-IT. You will be an income tax officer forever. Okay, happy life, settled. Or you can forget that you have got IRS-IT, like, you know, take IRS, apply, like, you know, go for the academy, leave, like, you know, then you decide. If you go back, you will be permanently IRS. Your dream of IAS wouldn't happen. This he has told me in the month of November. December, I have, like, you know, I have gone to the, like, you know, academy. In academy of, like, you know, Nagpur, which is the, like, you know, income tax academy, the training is in Nagpur. It's a, like, you know, heaven which is created inside 45 acres. From swimming pool to gym to the best food, best room with AC, morning people will come to clean your room, like, you know, and lovely people, and every facility, ground, the good lectures are coming, everything is happening, and like now I am full doubtful. whether I should continue in IRS, because this is amazing, and there people will tell you that how good IRS is. Okay, how good in fact it is good, all the services are good. So but my dream, why I want to be a civil servant, that the efficiency of service, and yes, obviously now I've taken IRS, means from medical the service is better, but compared to IAS, it's down. If it was IPS, I would have got settled, because both are the similar services. Now I have complete doubt in my mind, should I stay there, because I see it is so comfortable, now if I do not say that, I should come back, study again, and go through the whole process again. Okay, but then something comes to mind. Now I this is a period of time I want Keshav sir to tell me. I'm calling Keshav sir, he's not giving me reply. He's like, it's on a busy cut. He purposely avoided my calls for 1.5 to 2 weeks. His point is, if a person is deciding, he should decide on his own. When it comes to studies, we can decide. You can see the difference. When it comes to my writing answers, question papers and answer is nan givagle beku sir, kalsi. Did you clear on? When I asked him about my career decision, whether I should stay in IRS or this one, that is not the decision what he is supposed to make. And I am now if I think, I try to call him because I did not want to take a decision. I want him to take another, I can blame him, I can something that's you tend to not take decisions sometimes. I'm trying to call him, he's not, he's for 1.5 weeks, no. Okay, then I was finally I realized, look, my dream is something more. My dream is IAS. That is one which I started. And yes, there was a problem with the medical thing and all. I have not got IPS, so I'm not supposed to settle here. And then by now I'm already in IRS. They have given me assistant commissioner position. I've signed the documents and all. I applied for a leave, and there the principal is, they will be giving you 1 year of leave called extraordinary leave, which is where they don't pay you, but just for the sake of writing your exams again. So I applied for that leave. That provision is there in IRS. I left from there, came to Bangalore, and I called Keshav sir. It's like, sir, hengidira, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? I was like, sir, I'm in HSR. Then he had a shock. He's like, bit ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. He's like, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? I said, sir, holiday ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, I'm going to write my exams again. Okay, and that's there I was like, sir, and I came, sir, ನಂಗೆ IAS ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Then I came back here again, met this Keshav sir. Now by now you're the closest friends. Okay, so and he's like, sir, then he gave me an idea. Sir, you are going to leave 1.5 year, and 1.5 year is what you have sacrificed. You have sacrificed so much there that it's a heaven which is created there. You have sacrificed all those things and you come back. Now there is no point for you to just think about IAS. Okay, now you are supposed to think IAS first rank. Now this is again talagogalla, right? I was like, okay, something this fellow is telling. I just need IAS, not IAS first rank. Then almost then he said, start teaching here, start your preparation. You can start teaching here, become a faculty. I then by now one thing what I am feeling good about myself is that ego what I had, that I have got IRS, I've kept it aside. Totally I forgot that I've got IRS-IT. So I'm started preparing what I'm supposed to prepare, like a student, like a faculty, going back to basics, doing exactly notes ಮಾಡೋದು. That hankara that I've got IRS, clear agutte, I know that won't happen. So started continue with that. And every day used to say, and used to tell a dialogue, sir, in mind 100 times you might say that you might get a thing that very IAS, and you will not get first rank, but you should say 101 times that you will get IAS first rank. So like this it started happening from last 2 months. I've started believing that my aim is not IAS first rank. By that time he started putting everywhere that this time we are targeting IAS first rank. And he started preparing question papers for not for IAS, but to make IAS first rank. He started telling what to study, what not to study for IAS first rank. This whole thing started building in our mind, in the minds of staff and minds of everybody in Himalai, that the target now is IAS first rank, not IAS. So the materials what now also morning I went to the staff room, he's preparing notes on preamble. He's writing notes. I was because I had told sir, I want your notes. I'll concentrate on prelims, mains in notes ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ. So I don't want cut copy paste. I want your notes. New ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು ನನ್ನ notes ಬೇಕು. So he started doing that. He is doing that. Now that is the material everybody will start studying. Okay, so that is how my journey here in it's still a continue. It's a never-ending relationship with Keshav sir, and if I think now I'm a student now, studying again. Yes, I have an IRS-IT. I'm an assistant commission madala back. Okay, it's somewhere behind in my mind. It's not even there. But now it's my aim is to go towards IAS first rank, and that is where we are headed, and and because of that, you're saying that because of that, from last December the whole organization changed. Now it is not IAS, it's always IAS first rank. The note, the preparation, whatever the question paper which is Keshav sir is preparing, it's all towards that one aim of IAS first rank, and not just IAS, and not even civil service. So even in the minds of staff also, now staff do not say civil service, they say IAS first rank. So that is how my journey is going on here. And what I have reached here is if I think back, there's only one thing which made me be here. It's because I trusted Keshav sir. In mains, because I did not have option. In in my personality test, that's an interview, I had options, but I wanted to stay with them. And after clearing, I've come back to Keshav sir to ask for his help and to prepare under his guidance. This is trust, and I trust him on that. So even now saying classes tagolu stop madi sir, I'm stopped. Then he says e-book odbedi idodi, no questioning, because see, I can do my analysis, find out my way, but I'm not sure whether I'll clear in that, because I have an experience of not clearing with my own ideas. Why take risk? And I have him, he's guiding me, just follow him, and I will get it. So that is where my attitude, my approach towards the study is in this angle, and it's still going on. And so much I can say about my experience, so that you would come to know that only from my side, my advice to you guys is nim hoshiyari beda. Okay, do not do your stunts. Okay, in circus, it's like a circus. The circus, the trainer will tell you have to do like this, rope cross model kelag nodbedi, and don't think you are in this much height. You can climb and nodana yenagutte, say, but you will fall. Obviously one day you will realize that, but why waste so much time when this fellow has experience from so many years, and he knows that he is going to get it, and I am an example here. It will be really stupid of you to go other than this and start blogging here, checking that, and trying to do anything else other than what he's trying to say. Okay, and there are some times when you like my mains exam, when I got only question paper, I had in my mind that is this enough, na martiro sarina. Okay, but same thing will happen to you, at one point of time you will be because you have some preconceived idea, nange materials beku, ಈ ತರನೇ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, this is the mind what you have come up. Okay, that is obvious, because throughout your life you had this university kind of studies, class go this one, and they once in a month exams, something like that. But here it is a coaching center for civil service. This is not an university class where you sit and listen to a lecture and go back home and get a printed material for this. The way how Keshav sir will make you prepare for this exam is unconventional. I am repeating again, Keshav sir's method is unconventional. You might think that this is not the way to prepare for civil service, but that is the only way to prepare for civil service. He would make you write notes in class, like primary school children. You might think idenu ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಿಂದ notes ಬರ್ಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, why not ಇದನ್ನೇ print ಹೊಡೆದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡೋಕೇನು. That idea might come. Yes, we can do printed again, you can actually copy from any material, give you a printed material, 30 paisa, one Xerox copy. Okay, that is the easy way to do. That will be eyewash, neat binded cover all nimge neat code bitre, you will be very happy. Okay, you also will go praise, but the result won't come. You understood? So that will be you will be, you're happy, but end of the day, after that, result wouldn't have come. But he will make you write notes in class. He will tell you this is exactly how you write notes in class. And now you have to do that. And that is why you are sitting here on a Sunday afternoon and listening to this. And if you start doing on your own, that is stupidity. And my only request is don't show your hoshiyari. Maybe you are brilliant, maybe you are a topper in your in a university, but do not go outside what Keshav sir says. He says do this, do exactly in this. If he says write 54 mock test, write 54 mock test. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, write that. It's going to like work for you. Okay, that is how. And like his like way he would like say something like, do not use what to say notebooks. Use only A4 size sheets. Like adralli bardu, keep it in a file. Not like separate book like that ruled book with the binded one. No, there is a reason why he is doing all those things. You will realize once you finish clear your exams. Once you finish your like when your results come in the your UPSC finalist, then idikke avaru heliddu, now it all makes sense. But like it's always like that. Once you reach there, then you realize, oh, he had told you this. Okay, it's like this, a person standing on the top of a mountain. Okay, now you are in the like road, there is a road niche, you can stand, you are standing there. So Keshav sir is standing on the top of the mountain. He will say that there is a white car which is coming from there, you are not seeing it because you are down there. Okay, so when it comes like and he will say that that will pass by you and it will go there. So do not stand on the road, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆ ಕಡೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, now ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತು, how can you see, like how do you know, even I am standing on the road, I will come. You can do all this calculation, but it will be stupid not to listen to him and stand on the center of the road. So for Keshav sir, it is every year it is like this. He is seeing the car coming, he is seeing the car passing by, he is seeing the car going also. Some people listened to him and stood on the other side, they have passed. Some people stood on the road getting killed. So every year he has seen success, he has seen failure. You understood what I am trying to say? So this is, and every year he is seeing many successes and many failures, and he knows the reason why like people are failing, why people are getting succeeded. And the reason is simple, like they have not done the basics, they have done something else. You understood the concept what I am trying to say? So that's where like for me, I have failed once, like and then I cleared once. For him, every day like here he has seen. Even in my personality test, my colleagues, I know like why they did not clear and where they went wrong, because I was there. But like now I am like some experience, but I do not have experience as much as Keshav sir's experience. That's the reason even I am depending on them. So like this is what like my advice to you is, your journey will be there when in Himalaya for a very long time, forever in fact. Once you clear, you will not feel like leaving your association with Himalaya. That is what has happened to me, that I left Nagpur and came running back here. Okay, there is a reason why. I could have gone for any other institution again, like bigger one, but no, like I'm comfortable here and I trust this person, and that's how I have come here. So my advice to you is like for next like 1.5 year when you come for regular classes, he will tell iste classes barutte, ee tara classes, in the class he will make you do that, religiously do that, you will clear the exams. And like if you don't do that, then like your hoshiari thing, that's a human tendency to do that. Like benki mutbedi, no, you have to do that. That paint is dry, not dry, mutbedi, they'll touch and see whether it is there. This is a human tendency, but what I'm trying to say is, do not do that tendency with your life, and in fact civil service is your life. Okay, so that's all my like I could say, like give a piece of advice by just explaining what I went through, so that you will have an example how my journey with like civil service is. Just stick to basic, like back to basic, B2B. Basic, like what you are supposed to do, study like that, and there's nothing which can stop you from clearing this exam. Ultimately there's nothing. Like, only thing is you yourself will be your obstacle. Nobody is going to tie you off from writing exams. Only obstacle you have is you yourself. There is no other obstacles. So if you do not oppose yourself and like just follow the basics, there is nothing which can stop you from clearing the exams. So this is what I would like to say, and best of luck, and be in this journey, and always remember it's a marathon, and while running a marathon, look around, enjoy the scenery around, and enjoy the process. But like if you do not enjoy that, like after 15 kilometers you'll stop off, sak bidu anta. But enjoy this whole like run, and be victorious. Best of luck. Thank you.